Good morning. You are listening to UpReach. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul?" Matthew chapter 16, verses 24 through 26. A good test of a person is whether or not he instinctively says no when he is asked to do something. Men and women can be classified into two groups: those who instinctively say yes when they are asked for help, and those who instinctively say no. I sometimes think that if I were choosing a colleague with whom to work, the first thing I would ask about would not be his university degrees and certificates and his academic distinctions, but is he obliging or disobliging? By far the best kind of person to have around is the kind of person who is always ready to say yes when we ask him to do something. But the tragedy of life is that it is not only to our fellow men that we often say no. We so often say no even to God. We know that conscience is directing us somewhere. We know in our heart of hearts that there is a call to do something, but so often we say no. We can see this happening even with our prayers. So many people try to use prayer in the wrong way altogether. They continuously try to use prayer as a way of escape, as a way of averting something that they believe is going to happen. Their whole attitude in prayer, conscious or unconscious, is that they are always begging God to change his mind to suit them. For them, prayer is a way of saying to God, "Your will be changed." It is not a way of saying to God, "Your will be done." There can be no real happiness in life. There can be nothing but discontent and resentment and bitterness until we learn to say yes to God. This is really another way of saying that there is one person to whom it is often right to say no, and that one person is oneself. If anyone desires to come after me, Jesus says, let him deny himself. Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Let him say no to himself. The New English Bible translates this very well. He must leave self behind. What about you today? Are you willing to learn to say yes to people's appeal for help? Are you willing to say yes to God's ordering of your life? And are you willing to say no to yourself? Why not ask God to help you gain strength and self-discipline in all these areas today? This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day.
Well, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. I gotta make it to heaven somehow. Though the devil tempts me and tries to turn me around, he's offered everything that's got a name, all the wealth I want and worldly fame. But if I could still, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. There's nothing in the world that could ever take the place of God's love. Silver and gold can never buy his love from above. But my soul needs healing, that's when I'm feeling his power. And that's when I say I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Well, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. I gotta make it to heaven somehow. Though the devil tempts me and tries to turn me around, he's offered everything that's got a name, all the wealth I want and worldly fame. But if I could still, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Well, I started out working for the Lord many years ago. I had a lot of heartaches, had a lot of grief and woe.